Hello! I hope you're all doing well today. I wanted to create a tutorial using some new products from Born Pretty Store that I was sent to review recently. I played around and I came up with this kind of Harlequin Masquerade mask inspired thing. Didn't really have a set idea in mind, so you know, sometimes I just go with it. So I'm using the new black chrome powder that Born Pretty Store sent to me and a couple of stamping plates, including one from, I think, the newest selection of releases from Born Pretty Store. And I'm also using the black gel polish that they've sent me in the past. They're all products that I would recommend and that I would be happy to spend the money on myself. I've also got this double stamper. It's double-ended. It has pretty snowflakes on it. This side's slightly larger, and then there's a really tiny weeny little end here. So I was going to use one end to make a decal of one of these masks here, and then the other end while that's drying to do this black and white checker design. Started out with Peel Off Base Coat, which I get from Rainbow Connection in the UK. This is just my favourite peel off base coat, and it works really well with gel polishes if you, like me, you change your nails quite often and you don't want to soak them every time because that would really damage the skin around your nails. And then I'm going to go in with 2 coats of this Born Pretty Store black gel polish. Now you can see I've got 2 coats of black gel polish on my middle finger, and I'm going to burnish some of the black chrome powder on top of there with the little sponge applicator that was included. If you can see it there. Ooh. It's very metallic and pretty. You just need the tiniest amount. Can you hear the squeak? And if you get any on the skin, it washes off no problem. You want to really make sure it's burnished in so that you get a really metallic shine from it. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more just to make sure it's as metallic as possible. I'm sure everyone's seen people burnishing powders by now, but maybe it helps to show how I do it. Okay, and pop the lid back on. Sometimes helps also to just go over there with your other finger and check that it's all rubbed in. You don't want any loose particles or they kind of glitter on the surface, whereas you want it to be like a solid, smooth, metallic layer. Now the first bit of stamping I was going to do, like on the other nails, is this Harlequin, what would you call it, checkered pattern, geometric thing. And I'm going to stamp that with white over the powder. I'm using this little Konad white stamping polish. Super cute. I get plenty of polish on there. And then I'm getting the Born Pretty Store stamper and the little scraper that came with it, which I think is very beautiful as well. It's very cute, got a lace snowflakes on it. Scrape, pick up. Ooh, I'm not sure I like how that's come out, so I'm going to start that one again. I thought it would be interesting to show like the trial and error of doing nails, because I seem to usually do tutorials where it just magically happens, and that's really not the case. That one's better. And then taking off the jelly so I can see what I'm doing. And there's the black and white stamping. I'm going to stamp this Masquerade using this red stamping polish from Esmaltes Da Kelly, and the same stamper I used for the background. Just rolling off the excess from that stamper onto a lint roller, and then I will get some of the polish onto the image. Scrape the excess and roll to pick up. Oh, it's lovely. Just need to roll the excess from this stamper now. Again with the lint roller, and get the excess off like that. Can you see that? Might be hard for the camera to focus, but that's come out really nicely. Now I just need to do white on top of that once it's dry to make the decal that will go on top, if you can see, like I've done on the other nails. And while that's drying, I'm going to do what I did for all the other nails. I'm going to take the clear stamper out of here and put the other end into the smaller side. And I'm going to use the stamper, kind of do a double stamping so there's a bit of a shadow so that the mask stands out. So in order to do that, get this one back again, and some acetone, clean off the stamping plate, and then I'm going to use black Born Pretty Store stamping polish and the smaller side of the stamper while the decal stamping is drying. Swipe, pick up. Just going to remove the excess stamping from there. Okay. And then stamp it onto the nail where I'd like the shadow. So I think kind of round about the middle. You can see where I did that. Ooh. Really hard to see that in the camera, but there we go. It would just add kind of a black outline when I stamp the red mask over the top. And you can see through from the other side if your stamping has worked. I think that has. And while that dries, the excess stamping that is on my skin, just got a little piece of Scotch tape here, and I'll just remove the excess stamping like so. And I'll be back with you once the stamping has dried enough to continue. Now I'm going to put just a little of this clear coat onto the edges of the decal that I made so that the red stamping polish, which has had a long time drying now, will be fresh enough to stick. So you just want a tiny bit, mostly onto the edges of the decal. And then once that's tacky, we will apply it to the nail. So now to add the decal, I'll just pop it on like so. Lining it up with the shadow. Can you see that? and it's added on there. So now I have to wait for it to dry, which usually typically I might wait 10 minutes just to make sure that that thin layer of stamping is completely dry before I add a gel top coat. Now the nail is fully dry, no fingerprints when I touch it. I'm going to finish off with this no wipe top coat, which I think I got from Nicole Diary on Amazon. But any gel top coat you like would do, or if you've not used a powder, any top coat. I tend to do a thin layer, and if that hasn't smoothed it out to my liking, I'll go in and do a second layer. So there we have it, that's the final design. I've added some cuticle oil and then massaged my hands with some cream just to make them look a little healthier. I also like to take this opportunity to say thanks for watching. I'm learning to edit and I'm learning to use this new camera, and it's all quite difficult. It doesn't really come naturally to me. I'm quite a creative person, but not in such a structured way. And also to apologise that I probably sound even quieter and more nervous and lispy and spitty and strange than usual, because I had braces put on my teeth last August. It hasn't been the easiest transition to get used to, but I'm sure it'll be worth it. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.